Hello, my name is Prime, and welcome back to ATS Showcases. And today we are here in Burns, Oregon. We're gonna haul some potatoes over to Ontario, Oregon today. Not a crazy long delivery, but I think it will be a good one indeed. We're driving the International LT today. Decided to come back to this truck. It is powered by a Cummins X15 engine that happens to have the engine and transmission compilation mod sounds along with it. So that mod is linked down in the description below. And of course, hauling the potatoes today, we have our Load King hopper bottom grain trailer here, all in black, the black metallic and chrome accents. It just looks good. It's a clean build indeed. Let's go ahead and get this International started up and get on the road. Sounds good to me. Let's go ahead and get this LT on the road. Hopefully everyone's doing well. I certainly am. It's great to be back here in the ATS. It's been roughly 1 month, believe it or not, since my last ATS showcase. It's crazy. It's maybe one of the largest gaps, believe it or not, even though it's only been a month, one of the larger gaps here on the channel since I started covering American Truck Simulator on the channel. So that's pretty neat how that went, but also in the same ways I wanted to come back to ATS, and there's been a lot that's happened, hence why there's been roughly a month gap here on the uploads for ATS showcases. Main thing over on the ETS2 side of things was the West Balkans DLC release, and also how busy I've been. That's honestly maybe the bigger factor there, but even still, there's been a lot of other stuff happening, and so my priorities have had to kind of shift around a little bit here. But just before I continue on, side note, really lovely farm area here in Oregon. It's very lovely here at Sunset Farms. A little weird camera angle there, don't mind that one. It's just a really lovely area. When I actually came to pick up these potatoes here, I had to drive over to the location, and it just looked really good. And I thought, you know what? Definitely drive it out this way today, and luckily the GPS agreed with me. We're gonna head out this way onto the main road. It's a nice, more, as far as I can tell, less highway driven episode. Obviously the last one drove the freightliner Cascadia again on, well, or highway route there, so decided to do something a little bit different here with the International LT. Return to it. It's a lovely truck indeed, and just kind of trying out some of the other ones, because I've been spending a lot of time with, of course, the W900, the Volvos, those guys, for very good reason. They've also had some recent updates. I thought, let's come back to some of the different trucks here in ATS and just shake it up a little bit as well. And you know what? An all black truck and trailer combo with some chrome, you can't really go wrong with that if you ask me. So there's been obviously a lot that's happened over the last months, besides the content I've been doing. Oh, and we got a way station. How lovely. I think it's actually on the left-hand side of the road here, so we're going to have to actually cross over. A nice thing about being a little bit more of a relaxed county road, you can just kind of do this. Doesn't really matter. But let's go ahead and stop on the scales here. But there's been a lot that's happening around the realm of American Truck Simulator, and I'm sure I'll miss over things or skip things, I should say. So if you want, go ahead and check out the Prime News playlist and go back roughly to the end of September, and then go forward if you want and look for any American Truck Simulator stuff. But I'll try and touch on at least a few of the things. And I actually got to make sure. Can't really see, blind spot. I forgot to put a hood. Forgot to put a hood mirror on this LT when I configured it, as that would have served us some good there, I think. Anyways, you can go back and check out some of the extra news if you haven't been following along. If you want to get some of the extra things, I'll try and go over them. I probably will miss something, but we're gonna actually start with some of the most recent news. So first off, we've had a very exciting blog post on the California Rework Phase 3, this time talking about Stockton, a city specifically. Very nice to see, if you ask me. California Rework, I think all of us will agree, California needs some love. I was actually driving the Freightliner last actually in California, so I think that's probably where we left off there with some with some news there. There was an accident there. Unfortunate, but even still, it's a much needed thing to happen. And obviously we've had phase 1 and 2, and we're waiting on phase 3, but it will include Stockton, and it was really cool to see some of the changes. And obviously some of the changes, Stockton has been rebuilt from the ground up, just like basically all of California at this point, let's face it. We're basically calling it, it seems, at least I say we. I know a lot of the community and Primetimer community will agree that we're pretty much just getting a brand new DLC for free, just in phases. I mean, take it as you will. I know a lot of us would like California just one shot, all be done, you know, call it a day. But at the same time, it's free, people. Just putting that out there. We're not having to pay for this. Anyone who owns ATS already, getting these reworks, bringing it up to current standards, essentially getting a new DLC for free, considering the work that's going into it, because a lot of the areas, as I mentioned, are completely rebuilt from the ground up, with very little left unturned. So it's definitely a large undertaking to get that that state revised there. But anyways, Phase 3 looking like it will be a fantastic phase indeed. It's primarily focusing on what we'll call maybe more the central section of the state. If you kind of look at from top to bottom of the state, we're starting from the north and working our way south. Kind of more central-ish region, Bay Area region. That's where we're talking here with Phase 3. So it'll be interesting to see what's all included with that when it's all said and done. I know we've had a few blog posts now on the California rework, but they're starting to come a little bit more frequently, because we also had the California Route 1, not the US Route 1 blog post as well, which was another one that happened a little while ago. And some of these blog posts, I'll just mention now, may be a little bit out of order as I mention it, so please don't be too confused about it. California rework, another one they were talking about was the CA1 Route 1 coastal route, which is the really, well, it's a famous route, but the really beautiful scenic route that we have in ATS. Well, currently, but it looks even better, so much better in the reworked version, or it will. So that is really neat to see, and I'm really excited about that one. And fun fact was that one, I guess got called out a little bit, or I caught out, I should say, and I guess called out, but also that was a good thing. Caught out a bit by a very rare mistake in the blog post, or mistype or misinterpretation. I mean, everything that happens and stuff, and I'll also put on me because I didn't actually double check stuff. For those of you who checked out the video really quickly, right when it launched, you would have noticed it was actually titled US 1. And because that in the actual blog post itself, I don't know if SDS Software's corrected this or not. You may be able to still find it if you go back to my Prime News on the CA Route 1, that's what it's called, or CA-1. The blog post link is in that description. You may be able to still find the paragraph in the actual blog post with it. In the blog post, when I created the video, said CA1/US-1 route. And I was like, okay, it's both. Me not knowing that US Route 1 is actually on the East Coast, not the West Coast. So, still my fault, but it was great. Thank you to those who pointed it out rightfully quick, and I made those corrections to make sure that we were all on the right foot there. And I only said it, I think, US Route 1 one time in the video. Something didn't feel right about me saying it because I had seen it before, but anyways, I believe someone else said it's actually Route 101, potentially. US Route 101, so I guess that's where maybe some of the confusion would have come in there. But even still, fantastic blog post. Obviously, that one beautifully scenic, had a lot of some great screenshots in there, and that was kind of more of the highlight of that blog post, kind of overall. And shifting away from the California rework, we've had another, well, I guess there's been a few, but I'll just mention the most recent one. Another blog post on the Kansas DLC for ATS. That one focusing on the truck stops, rest stops, and even a little bit more that will be included within the DLC. Again, something that's very neat to see. So obviously the truck stops, for those who are, well, I guess we got to get over here. No, I think do we go out and around? I'm going to trust that we go out and around here, because I'm trying to look. Okay, there's an extra little curl. We're going out and around. I did not want to slam into an invisible barrier. There's a little bit of prime PTSD on that one. I do it way too often for my own good, and I really didn't feel like having that happen to me again. We better get going here, because that that Kenworth behind me is rolling up with some speed. But even still, where was I at? Oh yes, Kansas. For those who've been following ATS or playing ATS for a while, and even especially some of the more recent DLCs, you will know that the truck stops and rest stops are very unique, generally speaking, to the area. Obviously, there's a lot of brands and chains out there, so some of the areas look pretty similar. But even still, in American Truck Simulator, SES software, and ATS too, but we're focusing on ATS. They really do try to make it as realistic as possible. No surprise. And, well, once again, no surprise, the truck stops are placed in some beautiful areas, and they do look really quite realistic. I had a few people DM me saying that they're really looking forward to Kansas because they're from Kansas and interested to see what they do with some of the landscape, and I think this is kind of some of the landscape we can expect from Kansas, some farms and stuff like that, but even still, it is a lovely area indeed, and the truck stops, rest stops, all quite unique, specialty built, and even if they are similar in terms of company or chain-wise, they are unique still to whatever location they're based off of, and it's kind of just neat to see that quality there. The details of the DLC as a whole, very, very high. And there was also some stuff on interchanges as well. There's a couple interchanges included within that blog post and some signage. So the interchanges, I believe one, if I'm remembering this correctly, because I don't actually have any notes for this video, believe it or not, just going off of the top of my head. So we're going to see how we do here. I believe one of them, yes, was a Hayes. There was a Hayes interchange, a roundabout, there it is, roundabout in Hayes, kind of a famous one, I guess. And another one, oh yes, it was a funny, kind of almost coincidental one, the Diverging Diamond interchange in Junction City. Just saying, kind of funny. Highlighted a junction in Junction City. Pretty funny if you asked me. But even still, kind of cool to see some of the different interchanges that we can expect to see in Kansas. And of course, the signage as well. Signage was looking very realistic. Some really nice info on them. And it's going to be pretty neat to see what's all included with the DLC. Obviously, some of the signage doesn't necessarily confirm what cities will be included within a DLC, for example. We know from past DLCs, especially Texas and even Oklahoma, we've had some, well, actually pretty much all of them, there will be signs that point to cities, towns, whatever, that aren't necessarily in the DLC or within the map area of ATS. It's just a fact. It's the way it is. And it's all for the name of realism. Generally speaking, there's some extra stuff around it that kind of make it more clear that it's not the be-end-all of where it goes, but even so, it's pretty cool to see the signage and the quality and the depths of what's going on there with the DLC. And obviously, that's just one of them. We now have Nebraska and also Arkansas on the horizon for ATS. 3 great DLCs, or what should be 3 great DLCs that are on the horizon. When Kansas will come, because Kansas comes first, as far as we know, it's supposed to be. And then Nebraska is supposed to be next, and then Arkansas. However, Nebraska and Arkansas, honestly, don't really know what order they're going to be at this point. I would assume, based on the release order, that's generally how it goes. It will be Arkansas final, Nebraska second, or we'll actually go in proper order here so it's not confusing. Kansas, Nebraska, then Arkansas. That's, as far as I know, the order that seemingly it should be. I mean, that's what they were released in. That was the release order in terms of teasing. We don't know what final release times will be till things are confirmed, quite obviously. But even still, really cool. I've said even still a lot during this video. Okay, we're going to try not to use that again. Anyways, that's an alternate. We have, there's a lot of great content here on the horizon for ATS, and we don't even know about trucks and trailers, all that good stuff as well. It's just going to be good to be able to figure it out as we go. Really long light rotation here. You going to go there, bud? Really appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. If you can't tell, it's really good to be back here doing some longer form content when, you know, I've just got a little bit more free time, just a little bit more relaxed. That was a little close in the mirror there, hence the swerve. it's just kind of nice. Nice to be able to do a chat episode. Don't have to try and rhyme off, you know, a billion different things at times, even though I do it anyways. It's just kind of nice to be able to just, oh, that was a nice wide turn. Sorry there, cars. Duped driver here. Even, yeah, I'm actually not. This actually makes it the worst thing. I've been playing this game for a number of years now and even creating content doing this for a number of years now. It's kind of unfortunate that I still do those occasional turns, but hey ho, we all make mistakes. Anyways, it's really nice just to have another video kind of style like this, not having to do, you know, say certain things for, you know, this X, Y, and Z. It's all just really nice to have a more relaxing, chill delivery, get to just kind of blabber away to you guys, whether you want to listen to it or not. Yeah, well, that's, I guess, on you guys if you want to watch the video, but I do appreciate all the support and all the nice comments and stuff that helps. That really does help in times when I'm pretty busy and I may not want to just talk much. Let's face it. I think we've all been there at times when you just really don't want to do something, or you really don't want to, you know, say something in particular or whatever. We've all been there, and there are some days where that's just the case. It's nice though to have a day like this where everything just is going nice to plan. The delivery's going well as well. Has some fun laughs throughout it as well, and just be able to catch up. And obviously, you guys enjoy these videos a lot, and so do I. I always enjoy making these sort of things, and always will. Let's go ahead and pull into Global Mills here. I don't know. Okay, hold on. Global Mills, I guess, is technically I'm trying to remember what they are. Actually, which way do we have to go? Probably around this way, I'd assume. In game, I think they are technically, oh yeah, they're some form of like grain manufacturing. Okay, that makes sense then. They're some form of, you know, grain or food processing situation. The only I got concerned there because I was trying. I think I got well, I guess they do a bunch of things. I guess that's what the scenery is supposed to be kind of going at here, or the economy's going at. But I got a little concerned that it was paper. It was all like potatoes to a paper mill, but I really don't think that's the case. There's other paper companies, and I just lost the name of it actually. But I think General Mills, we're safe. We're safe on the non-sketchy. Oh, we're actually reversing into here. On the non-reverse, or not non-reverse, non-sketchy, or kind of odd delivery location or pickup location. I've had a few in the past. Not gonna lie, been some odd ones, but even still, I said it again. Rip. Oh, I'm in neutral. Come on, go into reverse, please. I'm still not. Come on, shifter, you can do it. We're not gonna worry about the fact I completely forgot how my shifter works, considering we're driving a real automatic today. So I do not need to use the actual reverse gear on the shifter. Just throw it backwards like you would in a normal transmission. Okay, we're really getting close to that trailer there. We're gonna try not to take him out. Let's go ahead and start rotating in. Okay, now haven't lined up very well, I will admit. I think what we're gonna do, because I had a little bit of the chaos thing with my reverser, completely forgetting, that's kind of embarrassing, not gonna lie, considering how much I use it. Let's go ahead and try this one more time here. That's the wrong way. Did that Nero truck as well, started reversing and turned it the wrong way, and Prime's a little rusty, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie at all. Now, I will say this, still have no idea, no, we're just gonna go straight, to be honest. I have no idea how some of these companies would unload these styles of trailer. Because a hopper bottom trailer like this, not a chance in the world you're getting any of that product unless if you're shoveling it out the bottom, which good luck to the people who are doing that, getting it into the receiving bay. So what is the point of reversing into a spot like this where, well, you're having to essentially unload product and a trailer that we own, keep in mind, into a receiving bay? Don't know how that's possible. All credit to those who managed to do it virtually. And I guess Jeff is doing a good job. Just in-game Jeff, doing good. must be getting paid well, but even still, I said it again. There we go. That was the word of the episode, I guess, or phrase of the episode, I should say. Let's just wrap it up before I start going too crazy. Thank you guys so much for watching. What an episode. Great to catch up with everyone once again. It's great to be driving an international LT once again as well. Comment down below what you want to see from me, as I'm always open to suggestions. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.